From the beautiful campus of Casper College, it's the T-Birds Coaches Show, bringing you game breakdowns, expert analysis, and exclusive interviews. Here's your host, Tom Myler.
Hello, T-Bird fans, and welcome back to, of course, another fantastic Casper College Coaches Show, because here with me we have Coach Dwight Canary. Welcome back, Coach.
I appreciate it. Thank you for doing this, Tom.
It's always a blast to have you here in the studio because, well, let's face it, I mean, women's basketball, we love it. Your team's amazing, and, well, you're amazing.
Well, I appreciate it. Back at you.
Well, thank you, Coach. And you know what? We had a little bit of a mixed result this last weekend. Just a thriller of a game. Holy Moses, that was amazing. Win by one. We'll talk more about it. Don't worry. It's great. And then the next game, maybe a little bit more of just kind of a disappointing overall. But, I mean.
It's the roller coaster, you know, and it's what's difficult about it is you feel like there's a level you've obtained and you don't expect to slip back there. But, you know, when you look back, big picture, there's always ebbs and flows in a season. And you know, night in, night out, it's not going to be the same performance or better the next night. So, you know, a little bit disappointing on Saturday night, but I guess in the long run, you have to be prepared for some of those. Yeah,
and it'll be interesting to see how your girls respond to that.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, let's talk about that first game, though, Arizona Western. Let's start with this, the good, the bad, and what can be improved. Let's just get into it.
Okay, first about the good, we beat a good team. That team could shoot, and, yeah, they really executed their ball screen actions really hard.
Very well.
We adjusted on how we were guarding it, you know, because of what they were looking to get out of that action, and then they would adjust to our adjustment. And that just tells me well coached, well prepared, those kind of things. They could shoot it. They have all the elements to be a really, really good basketball team, and they're undefeated in that game. And so the good there is we made a very good comeback and beat a very, very good basketball team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was tough. You take away the perimeter and then get that little pick and roll and action, and then it beat you down low, and you take that away, and just, oh man, it was frustrating.
It was so true. Whenever we had to use an extra person to help on that ball screen action, they kicked it to the corner and they knocked down the shot. So sign of a very good offensive team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what the numbers tell with that game, though, because that first half was a little bit of struggle, and for some reason, I don't know why the girls do this, but they always start off a little slow.
We have. That's a trend.
And so, like, Western Nebraska, NJC, all just kind of battling from behind.
Yes.
It'd be nice to start with the lead and keep it for a while, but
believe me, that's a thought process. It's maybe a little bit too early, but, you know, am I starting the wrong combinations or you know, those kind of things? Because, you know, you look at it, it's a trend right now. I don't think it's an epidemic, but it is a trend, and if that continues, then you got to look to adjust, because it's really difficult to come back from double-digit deficits, and we've done that a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, but you did it, though.
Yeah.
And I'll call out one player that I saw that was like, man, she went off in that fourth quarter. As Adama Bajikoli.
Yeah, absolutely. Just, you know, what Adama brings to the team, number one, is energy, not physical energy, emotional energy. And she really dominated on the boards, got putbacks, picked it up defensively. You're not wrong at singling her out. She had a huge, huge impact in that comeback.
Yeah, and especially playing, I mean, she sat for 2 quarters at least with 4 fouls, comes in that fourth quarter, and it's just like, it's all Bajikoli with a layup, gets the game winner, and just like, where has she been? She apparently was like, I missed play, I'm going to play my heart out.
You know, that game winner, and I'm just replaying my memory here, and hopefully I'm not wrong, but it was a great last 2 points. I think we had Andy pushing it up the court, made a pass to Sasha, and then Sasha made the extra pass to Adama for the wide open thing, and how that transpired, you know, it was just a very good basketball play in a clutch situation. So that was a fun one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Being able to commentate that and saying Thunderbirds win was just,
cool.
You know, was just so much fun. And it was just a great basketball game.
The atmosphere got exploded too. That was cool. And, you know, the big part of that too is I think that'll be a memory for the ladies, you know, and stuff like that. That'll be a talkbacker and stuff. So those moments are always fun.
Yeah, and I think so. Besides just the one player, but ultimately, I think your field goal percentage in the first half was lower. Ultimately, by the end of the game, it kind of averaged out to about just over 40%. But I think what really was impressive was the battle of the boards that you won. You just dominated the battle of the boards.
I think from the offense, and we really focus on the offensive rebounds because those are extra scoring opportunities. So if you're going to shoot 50% and you only have 48 opportunities, you know, they're all 2-pointers, 48 points. But if you get 60, you know, then you're dealing with additional points. So it's about opportunities. and we did dominate, 23 offensive rebounds to their 4. So both of those stats are extremely good. And, and probably our biggest issues that we're having collectively in the 6 games that we played is we're getting beat on shooting percentages. The other teams are shooting better from the 3-point line, overall field goal percentage, and free throws. So you've got to make up for that somewhere. And against Arizona Western, we were able to do it by grabbing 19 extra scoring opportunities in that. So when the shooting can carry you, it doesn't really put that much pressure on turnovers or offensive rebounds.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, great win on Friday in front of a great crowd, I thought. That was wonderful. The crowd got into it, especially at the end. Then the next day. The next day. Let's talk about that one. The good, the bad, and what can be improved.
The season is the improvement. I mean, that's our goal, is to keep improving from game to game and practice to practice and stuff like that. But I'll start off with, I thought our energy, we were a little bit lethargic. I don't know if it was coming off the emotional high, but again, not a very good first quarter, as far as we had some opportunities to take a lead and get some separation. Again, we got the shooting percentages definitely went against us. And in this game, we didn't have the possessions to overcome that. We didn't get the extra offensive rebounds or win the turnover battle. And so, that was the difference there. And again, if you're not going to shoot better than the other team, you've got to do things within the course of the game. And then we also had a lot of defensive breakdowns. And I just don't think we were quite as focused and energized as we were, at least at the last part of Friday night's game.
Well, I would agree with that. I think a little bit too. I mean, even during that game too, I felt like your players were just getting beat up.
Yeah.
And so feeling maybe tired, because you're right, it was a very emotional win the other day, and then coming back and having to play again, and I don't know, and then getting hurt and having to deal with that and that rotation.
We're dealing with some injuries there. We lost, with Sasha, we lost her in the game there, and that her long-term future is not certain yet. And then Adama too. Now I don't know if she'll play this weekend. She had a situation with her knee, and she was able to finish the game, but then had some residual swelling and those kind of things. So we don't know what her status is there. So you never want to use excuse on personnel and stuff like that. But we did have a couple of injuries that impacted that game a little bit.
Right. But, I mean, credit to Air Force Prep. I mean, they beat the Northwest in their own thriller the day before.
Yes.
And they come in and, and we mentioned this last time after the game that one person, I'm trying to remember who it was, but it's
probably
like Love, I think sounds right.
Yeah,
and, they didn't necessarily have great shooting percentage the day before, but then just...
Oh, that was big.
Of course.
Are you kidding me?
How big Phil, yes.
The night before, and then 5 for 7 against us. Yeah, you're right.
It was... I don't know what it is about when people play you, but they're like, hey, we're going to make all of our shots.
It seems like we bring out the best in shooting on others. And I did go back Sunday morning and look at the video, and were those shots wide open? And, if I was going to say overall, no, they weren't where we were 6 feet off of them. We had a hand in their face most of the time. We could have gotten better ball pressure on a few of them, but they made shots with, some difficult shots too, so hats off to them. And then again, more credit to Air Force Prep. They're 6-0 now on the season, and they've beaten 5 Region 9 teams. They had beaten Otero, Lamar, LCCC, us, and Trinidad. So they're 5-0 overall against us. And the other win was against Midland College, who's in that Texas region. So yeah, they're legit. We didn't lose to a team that isn't a very good basketball team, but it was still a winnable game in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you hung on close, and then all of a sudden, it was probably like the last 2 minutes that they pulled away, and it's just
It was that in those end of game situations, either you're going to get in it because of the style of play you're going to play in that last minute and a half or so, or you're going to lose by big. You're taking chances that you wouldn't normally take to get back into the game, and some of those can lead in a positive way. And if you don't execute those or get fortunate in those, then it leads to easy points for them.
Which, that's part of the risk. But
it is. You get yourself in that position, and now your percentages go down because of the type of play you have to make.
Right. Well, and hopefully we don't get in that position this upcoming weekend. So you're going to North Idaho.
Yep.
Let's talk about this first game. Who we got?
We got North Idaho College, and very good Region 18 team. That region is really known for athletics in general, but on the women basketball side, you have Salt Lake, CSI, Snow College, USU Eastern, North Idaho's rejoined that that region right now. Very, very competitive team. Statistically, we're a little bit in the dark because they haven't posted their stats on Presto, which I don't know how that can be something. I think it's a tactical issue. So, but we have seen them on video, and they're very good. They run a lot of high post action, good scorers and stuff like that. So hands full, we're going to be spending 13 hours on a bus, and again, when you talk about fatigue and those kind of things, that plays a factor in it. But good teams win on the road. Good teams handle whatever circumstance you're in. And so my expectations is to perform well up there.
Yeah, which probably makes sense. That 13-hour bus ride is probably why you're leaving so early to kind of readjust or adjust.
They're coming actually down next weekend, but they're flying.
They're going to fly.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, we might have to talk to the president here, budget increase maybe.
Yes, it would be a little easier on us if that's the direction we were going. But, hey, we'll do whatever it takes to be able to get these games in.
Absolutely. And so you play North Idaho. It's going to be probably a great matchup.
It should be. For what I can tell right now, it's going to be shooting percentages again. You hate to use that, but it's so true. If we shoot really well, that's going to take a lot of pressure off. So, but I expect it to be a very, very good basketball game.
And so what would be your key focus against North Idaho to come out with a good result?
Right now they do a lot of, we call it chin action, high post action and stuff like that. So guarding their sets, they have, just what I could notice on video, they have a very good point guard, Rookstead, number one. She I think one of the games that I watched was against Williston. She might have had 25, 30 points in there, but, without a box score, we don't know that for sure. But sure seemed like she could score in a lot of different ways. Probably played 12 different people in there, and it looks like they're all can bring something to the game. So their depth is going to be a factor, and they're going to be in there. So they're always well coached too. So we'll definitely have a challenge.
All right.
And I just did notice you're wearing North Idaho College colors there underneath that blazer.
Well, I mean,
I think
maybe we could adjust the color and we can match color here. A lot of people are red and white, so my fault here.
I just think it's North Idaho College week, so that's a good idea. We'll just make that a rivalry thing.
Love it. And so with going 13 hours, you got to have another game you're playing this weekend, or is it just North Idaho?
Yeah, we play Miles Community College.
There we go.
And my former, that's where we started out. Again, not a lot of information on them at this point in time. We do have some statistical stuff. Coach Groppe got the position late in July, so I don't think they have more than 10 or 11 people total on their roster, and I don't know if all of them are playing. So, we haven't gotten an in-depth look at them yet so far, but they're part of Region 13. They've been competitive early on in that region. So, we will know more about them as the week progresses when we start doing some film study and breakdown on them. But always, any college basketball game, just any athletic event in general, the outcome is not predetermined by, what your record was previous and those kind of things. So, we got to get through North Idaho College, and then we'll really shift gears to Miles. But definitely expect that, they're making a long road trip to expect that to be a battle as well.
And for Miles Community College, what's going to be your focus to have a good result against them?
In that situation, I think, we really got to take care of the basketball, okay? And we've got to, and even against North Idaho College, it's always good to be prepared for them, but we really have to work on our core. We have to be better on our defensive assignments and blocking out on those kind of things, because in reality, that's what's going to be necessary. Every game, you can study sets and for that particular game, but certain fundamentals have to be very good every game to give yourself a chance. And I think that's going to be really a primary focus for both games.
All right. Well, Coach, we're very excited. We're happy with you.
I appreciate that.
We're excited. We're cheering you on for this weekend, and we hope we have a great result.
And again, I want to give a big shout out to our fan base and stuff. It was a great turnout this weekend, and then last night we played Yavapai on the men's side, and really nice crowd on a Monday night. So all of our fans, I hope you enjoy the entertainment that you're getting, but it doesn't go unappreciated from our side. We are fortunate here at Casper College. We have the best fan base, I think, in Region 9.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Casper community definitely comes out and supports,
so.
And the fans in the stands makes a difference.
There is no doubt that game against Arizona Western, the fans' excitement in the stands made that memory.
Oh, yes.
If that was a quiet finish, it would have been, that would have been excited, but that'll be a memory. So again, appreciate our fans a lot.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Coach.
Appreciate you, Thomas. All right. Till next time, huh?
Till next time. See you then.
Thank you.